Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Just a bit of an update on the Speedotron 4803 units that I bought from Bai, so from the Japanese eBay site for 1 cent each. So yeah, got a great bargain, or at least initially I thought so, and then one of the units started playing up, so I wasn't quite so sure, but I fixed it. Initially I was going to do a full video on how to fix the units when I sort of pulled it apart, but I had a little bit of change of plan or a change of thought as I went through, because when I started to pull the unit apart, it became really obvious that inside these things are pretty damn lethal if you're not careful and you don't know what you're doing. So just by way of background, I'm an electrical engineer by trade, and I spend a huge amount of time in the printing industry. Back in my dim dark past, I actually worked on what's called step and repeat machines, which had a 6 kilowatt UV lamp that used to be used for making large scale film for web presses, so the big presses that do newspapers and that sort of stuff. So I'm pretty familiar with high power units such as these, big capacitors inside, and a lot of power. So those units used to put out between 6,000 to 12,000 watts per unit. These Speedotrons are not far off. They're sort of 4,800 watts. So 4,800 watts and a pretty high voltage. I'm not quite sure, but I'm guessing 600 or 700 volts. Sort of leads to a combination of, if you don't know what you're doing, they're incredibly dangerous. So I thought I won't do a full how-to video, because if you don't know what you're doing, don't touch them. Send them to somebody who knows what they're doing. For those that you do have an electrical background, just at a really high level, the problem I had with the unit was that when I turned it on, I would be switching between yes, ready, not ready type thing. So it, actually this one's not turned on at the moment. This would just switch, and then ultimately it just went off completely, just wouldn't work. So tended to make me think that there was something wrong with either the charging or the switching circuit inside. So it's pretty easy to undo the units. There's just really 4 screws around the outside, and then the whole cover comes off. I think I'll pop some photos as I'm going through. When it comes off, you'll see that really the whole bottom of the unit is or has a full capacitor bank. So that really requires you to safely discharge each of those capacitors and before you start disconnecting. And so I really did each capacitor one by one, took all the plates off, discharged, yada yada, worked my way through it. From there, once I knew it was safe, my capacitors were out of the way. And just bear in mind that there's a second set just up underneath the handles as well, so you've just got to make sure everything's discharged. Then it's really just a matter of grabbing a multimeter. So, excuse going through. Grabbing a multimeter. Yeah, I've just got a basic one here. Put it on diode checking, and just go and check through all the diodes in the system. In my case, all the diodes were good, which sort of, given that it was switching on and off, it was more a switching issue, but I just checked all the diodes to make sure they're okay. And then there's 2 triacs inside. So triacs are high voltage switches. So let's bring you a bit, if I bring you in a little closer, you should be able to see. This is a little 35 amp triac. Cost me about $17 off eBay to get. Put that back into focus. Replace that, put it all back together. Lo and behold, ouch. Lo and behold, if I just plug this other ones back in, we're all charged, ready to go. Bang, lots of light coming through. Charges again perfectly well. Wait a few seconds. Fires again. So pretty straightforward. And so for $17, so my 1 cent Speedotron packs have now cost me $17.01 and a little bit of time to put them back together. Moral of the story, if you know what you're doing, they can be fixed. Even if you don't know what you're doing, somebody with some electrical knowledge can probably fix it for you. If not, like you want to reach out, I'm happy to sort of help and chat to people individually. But I know for like us in Australia, we've really got no one that we can send these things to. So, but yeah, who knows? Have a go. At the moment, they are still probably some of the cheapest power packs that I've ever had. So yeah, anyway, just a quick update. Thought I'd bring you up to date, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers guys, bye.